musty. Where you flexing on IG? People like you disgust me. Just don't touch me. You're ugly. Just don't touch me. You're ugly. These women love me, bro. They tryna trick me. That's the wrong way to ruin me. Back your buddy, if you get lucky, it'll get yucky. Little buddy touch me, I can turn auntie into a. I'm in the S5 facing cuffy, cause I can't name that dummy. Tryna slow down my motion. It's ready, you cannot control this. You gonna blow it. Them, they not important. I'm the one goated. Me, I'm the one goated. Me, I'm the one goated. Me, I'm the one goated. Tryna slow down my motion. It's ready, you cannot control this. You gonna blow it. Them, they not important. Me, I'm the one goated. Me, I'm the one goated. Me, I'm the one goated. Me, I'm the one goated.
On a gorgeous late summer afternoon, it's time for football from Highmark Stadium in Orchard Park, New York. Two teams here fresh off Week 1 victories. Who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports? And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Already here, they'll audible to something else. They'll start this drive out on the ground. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down. You look at this Buffalo defense. They've been very good against the pass so far this year. Number 4 in the NFL right now.
And, hey, they were stingy in the opener. Didn't allow much of anything at all through the air. So now they come into Week 2 saying, hey, let's see if we can do even better. Let's go ahead and get to that number 1 spot.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. First down Lions on a pickup of 13.
And they'll use him out of the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
Now Goff looking to change the play. On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3. And it's second down. And they'll come up 2nd and 7. And now they'll shift things around. On 2nd down, here's Goff. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
Throwing on 3rd, Goff. And he is caught. And he's got some space here. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Nice 3rd down conversion and even 20 yards. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 38. They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left. Now back to the ground. Here's Gibbs. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. In motion left goes a tight end. A shotgun snap for Goff. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down. Goff now looking to throw. That's caught. It's Sam Laporta. They get 13, but it's not nearly enough. And it'll be 4th down. So now on comes the field goal unit. And, wow, this is no ordinary try here. This will be from 56 yards out. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. That kick, by the way, Charles, a career long.
Well, we did watch him in pregame, and he hit from this distance, so not a surprise. But there still is something exciting about it, carrying it over from practice and pregame to actually doing it in live action.
And the decision to bring it out, kind of a costly one, as he won't make it back to the 20. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 18. Off the play fake. Allen. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. It's Brian Branch with it. And the Lions are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Goff. He gets this out wide to Gibbs. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And they're going to face a 3rd down. Now it's Goff. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. Pick made by Terrell Bernard. Still going inside the 20. And he is going to score. It's a pick 6 and a Bills touchdown. Tyler Bass on for the extra point attempt. He's got it. They'll see that opening drive field goal and raise it a touchdown, and that makes it 7-3. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This to the back of the landing zone. He'll return it from the 1. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Goff going to move his guys around a bit. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down. Now they'll change things up. Straight ahead with Gibbs here. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. They work now on 2nd and 9. Now Goff. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. The offense on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Here's Goff. And this pass broken up. Contact well timed there, and now 4th down. Here's Jack Fox now. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Fair catch called for and made, but now we'll have to see about the penalty. Football 101, you've got to let the guy catch the ball.
You have to know the ball is there. You have to know it's arrived. Otherwise, you're going to get flagged every time.
A lack of discipline defensively on 4th down, and now that leads to a 1st and 10. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and it'll be 2nd and a couple. Getting the ball is Cook running left. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Allen going to try and throw on 3rd down. Steps away to his left. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Josh Allen, very athletic at 6'5", showing the versatility, picking up the 1st on the scramble.
Evident there that he learned his lesson from the last drive. No way he was going to force a throw that time. When nothing broke open, kept it, and ended up running for a 1st down himself.
Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And it'll be incomplete. Good job staying with him defensively. And it'll bring up 2nd down. The Bills at 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1. And they were able to get that road victory in the opener. Now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
And look, any road win in the NFL, that's huge. But when you do it Week 1, that gets you pointed in the right direction and sends notice to the rest of the league that you mean business.
The 2nd down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete.
You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and give some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10. Again, they'll throw with Allen. Into the hands of the tight end, Dalton Kincaid. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Touchdown, Bills! Dalton Kincaid, his 1st touchdown of the new season. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts. I don't care what level of football you played. This one was a universal, wasn't it? When we were kids and we played touch football, remember we get in these positions and you just say, everybody go long and hope someone would come free.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Goff going to shift him around. look to throw now on 2nd and 10. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Terrell Bernard getting in there to drop him for a sack. So now following the sack, Goff and the Lions needing to come up with something here on 3rd and long. Now they'll change things around before the snap. Now the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. Goff now looks to throw. And that's to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Hand off to Gibbs, headed right here. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. They'll go again with Gibbs. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On 3rd down, here's Gibbs. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Jahmyr Gibbs. His first rushing touchdown of the year. And the Lions are back within a score. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes it a 14-10 ball game. The lead cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, why
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. On play action, Allen. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And it's taken in at the 9. And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. And the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And looking at this situation, Charles, you got more than a minute. You've got all 3 timeouts. Probably no need to play this safe. So what you're saying is that we're doing a little bit of a mind meld here, aren't we? Because I'm thinking along the same lines as you. This amount of time, don't be compelled to play it too safe. This is a chance to get points on the board. Press it a little bit. Especially since a touchdown here gets you the lead. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Now Goff looking to change the play. Gibbs straight ahead.
And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
They'll come up on a 2nd and 4 now from the 40-yard line. Now they'll audible to something else.
Here's Goff. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Going with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
In motion left here, one of their tight ends. Now Goff.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted.
And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. DJ Moore in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Bills would extend their lead here just before halftime. An extra point by Bass, up and good.
And that makes it a 21-10 game.
So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. Yeah, they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. A final shot before break here. Goff.
And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49.
And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Bills with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Here's Allen on 1st and 10. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
One thing you always worry about when he breaks the pocket is he going to take off with it? That time, the pressure was starting to close in, and he's just got to throw this one away.
Allen. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Moore. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right, he's pretty much been completely neutralized. Dances by him. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo first down. To the air, Allen. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. Oh, and that is incomplete.
When teams take shots at the end zone, you've got to defend it the same way you would defend the first down sticks. You defend the goal line exactly the same way. They can't cross that. You played through the receivers, and on that play, that's exactly what they did and batted it away.
Back to the air on second down. It's Allen. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. And the Lions are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this third quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind, and we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
Terrell Bernard is in on the tackle. Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5. Goff going to move his guys around a bit. St. Brown in motion right.
To throw on second down is Goff. Open man right side is St. Brown. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And now we've got a 3rd and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Goff on 3rd down.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now.
Being chased out left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Here's Goff now on 2nd down. Throw to St. Brown, complete on the left side. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
Well, looks like they'll move things around here.
To the air again, Goff.
A little short pass here taken in by Laporta.
And they'll bring him down 1 yard shy after a pickup of 4.
Excellent job there defensively. Gave up the underneath to the tight end on 3rd down, and they made sure that they did their job. Got him on the ground and prevented him picking up a first down.
And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football. The Lions turned away on 4th down, and the Bills are going to get the football back. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at the 40. And the slot man goes in motion left.
And they'll get it forward to him on the touch pass.
And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
Here's 2nd and 3.
Here's Allen to throw it. He's got the connection to Moore. And he's got this down to the 35.
Now, this offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10.
And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown. Tyreek Hill. His 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further.
Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And the lead is up to 18 now.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. And they'll send Williams in motion right. To throw is Goff. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down.
Ed Oliver, that time, the one to get in there and bring him down.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
3rd and long. It's Goff.
And yet again, Goff is intercepted.
And he is going to score. It's a pick-6 and a Bills touchdown.
Well, this defense just continuing to do their thing, and now they add on to that lead with another pick-6.
And how about the way they've played this entire game? Not only have they put their stamp on it, but every time they try and mount an offensive challenge, they find a way to thwart it. And multiple pick-6s, oh yeah, they'll enjoy watching this tape after the game.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6, and now the kick is away. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick-6 put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Goff going to shift him around.
2nd and 9 now.
A little short pass here taken in by Laporta.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. They'll send a receiver here in motion right.
Let's go, B, let's go. Value 3, value 1. 4-3's the mic.
Out of the gun. Goff.
Pass to the sideline and pulled in.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 1st down Lions on a pickup of 13. Goff now to throw. Under pressure, and down he goes. They bring the safety on the blitz, and he busts through to drop him for an 8-yard loss. Throwing on 2nd and long. Goff. Flush to his right. And that'll be caught. It's St. Brown. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Rush in, rush in, rush in. 43 is the mic. It's our time. It's our time, guys. It's our time.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. On 1st down, gone. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36.
That's Matt Milano firing in from his linebacker position.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Goff.
Going underneath. Gibbs has it.
It'll go as a gain of 4. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Not liking the look. They'll change the play.
Round. 43 is the mic, boy. 43. Check, 43. 6 man.
There's Goff.
And this one incomplete. And another throw that really could have been, maybe should have been intercepted. That would have been number 4. Instead, it's 4th down.
Goff and his guys not coming off the field. They're going for this.
Oh, they're changing this at the line.
Desperation time for Goff on 4th.
He'll let this go deep for St. Brown.
And it's intercepted at the goal line.
And the Bills are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down.
Well, I guess an interception at this point on 4th down is just as bad as an incomplete pass. Either way, the ball goes over to the other side.
Yeah, it's a tough spot to be in this late in the game, and there's not a whole lot he could do there, and he winds up giving the ball away.
They'll try and wind down some clock with Cook.
And not much doing there, maybe a yard up to the 23.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces, and I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down.
It's caught inside the 25. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling? But inside is thinking 24-hour rule because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Back to throw, Goff. Forced out to his left. And my goodness, another interception. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
I tell you what, Charles, I know that you don't put a ton of stock into power rankings and things of that nature, but another score here, and 2 weeks into the season, this is maybe the most impressive team in the NFL. Would you agree?
Well, they've certainly sold me as they've sold you, and I agree with you. No question about it. They won easily last week. They're on their way to another lopsided victory here. They're definitely a team to be reckoned with, and they are serving notice to the rest of the league.
Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is end the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, and with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
That good for 19 and a first down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Now Goff looking to change the play.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
Finds Gibbs on the check down.
And he is going to lose yardage here. On second down, here's Goff. And now here is another interception.
Still going inside the 20.
And he is going to score. It's a pick six and a Bills touchdown.
Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense, and certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back for the score.
Partner hoping to hold a nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this rip of interceptions and great plays this group has made. They've been on it from snap one.
Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They have a little bit of time left here, but this one not going to go their way.
And this is where, in this situation for me, you just go ahead and run out the clock, shake hands, congratulations, and move on. Because now, you're not going to make up for what's happened during the game in this last sequence.
We'll see what they do here in this last sequence.
Defense wins championships, baby. Hell, you won. Here we go, fellas. Here we go. Hey, 76.
On second down, here's Gibbs.
And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance. Well, by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go at each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for Buffalo, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Detroit, they'll